Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news. There's a storm brewing in the NFC West, and it's got Seahawks fans buzzing. Word on the street is that the Philadelphia Eagles are looking to shake things up before the trade deadline, and one of the key pieces they're eyeing is none other than Saquon Barkley. Now, this isn't just speculation. Sources suggest the Eagles are considering trading Barkley to the Seahawks in exchange for a second-round pick in 2026 and a fifth-rounder in 2027. It's a move that could really shift the balance of power in our division, and honestly, it might be one of the most intriguing trade rumors we've seen this season. So, what's driving this potential move? Well, the Eagles have been dealing with some injury issues on their offensive line, and they're sitting on a tight cap space of around $4 million. They're also in the middle of a bit of a rebuild on their defense, despite starting the season strong at 6-2. But injuries have exposed some vulnerabilities. They're allowing 35 sacks, which is a concern. Philly is clearly trying to bolster their roster, and if they can free up around $12 million in cap space by moving Barkley, it gives them more flexibility to address their offensive line and secondary needs. The secondary especially is a priority after injuries and performance dips, and they need draft picks to rebuild that unit. Now let's talk about Barkley himself. The guy is an absolute star, a proven All-Pro at just 28 years old. In 2025, he racked up 180 carries for 920 yards, that's an impressive 5.1 yards per carry, and scored 7 touchdowns. His PFF grade for this season is a solid 86. 2, showing he's performing at a high level. Over his career, Barkley has accumulated over 500 rushing yards and 45 rushing touchdowns, and he's one of the most explosive backs in the league when healthy. His EPA per run is plus 0.25, and he's broken 38 tackles this season, putting him in the top tier of runners who can shake defenders and extend plays. Plus, he averages 4.2 yards after contact per carry, which is a huge boost for any offense. What makes Barkley so valuable isn't just his raw ability, it's how he fits into a team scheme. At 28, he's still in his prime, with minimal injury concerns so far. Remember, he's comparable to Nick Chubb in terms of yards per carry, around 5.0, but he brings a different style, more dynamic in the open field, and capable of catching out of the backfield. He's also proven to be a game changer in the clutch, with 35 receptions for 280 yards so far this season, adding another dimension to an offense that's been somewhat predictable at times. Now, why would the Seahawks be interested? Well, for starters, our rushing attack has been somewhat inconsistent lately, especially since losing some key reserves. Adding Barkley would bring balance and explosiveness to our offense, a crucial factor if we want to contend deep into the playoffs. The Seahawks have been known for their potent rushing game in recent years, but this season, with some injuries and a less dominant line, the ground game has lost a bit of its spark. Bringing in Barkley could reignite that spark, giving us an elite back who can carry the load and wear down defenses. Imagine the impact of having Barkley in our backfield, a true workhorse who can bust out big runs, catch passes, and create mismatches. His addition could boost our projected rushing yards by over 400 yards for the rest of the season. That's a game changer, especially considering how much our offense relies on the run to set up play-action passes and keep defenses honest. The Seahawks could see an 18% increase in EPA per run, which would make our offense significantly more dangerous. This kind of boost could also open up opportunities for Geno Smith, giving him more play-action options and taking some pressure off our young receivers. From a strategic standpoint, this trade would be a statement. The Seahawks are already sitting at 6-2, and adding an elite talent like Barkley would send a message to the NFC West and the league that Seattle is serious about making a deep playoff run. It's reminiscent of what the Ravens did with Derrick Henry in past seasons, elevating their ground game and imposing their will on opponents. The betting odds for the Seahawks making a playoff push would jump significantly, with the chance of a plus 800 to plus 480 swing, making us even more of a dark horse contender. Of course, there are skeptics. The Eagles are known for being cautious with their cap space, and they're also trying to manage the ongoing health issues in their secondary and offensive line. They might prefer to hold on to Barkley if they can, especially since they're still in the playoff hunt and want to be competitive. The fact that there's talk about trades and that a deal could be imminent shows how serious the Eagles are about making moves, and Seattle could be the perfect landing spot for Barkley's talents. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade could reshape the NFC West. The Seahawks have been steadily building a team that's tough, versatile, and hungry for a championship. Adding Barkley would not only provide immediate production, but also send a message to our rivals: we're here to compete at the highest level. It could also force teams like the 49ers and Rams to respond with their own moves, potentially leading to a flurry of activity before the deadline. In terms of the division, this move could give us a crucial edge, especially if Barkley helps us win the tiebreakers or close games down the stretch. The Seahawks have been playing with a chip on their shoulder, and this kind of upgrade could push us from a good team into a true contender. It's about stacking the deck, maximizing Geno Smith's potential, and creating a balanced attack that defenses can't stop. Of course, nothing is certain until the trade is announced, but the buzz is real, and the potential impact is huge. If Seattle pulls this off, it could be one of the most significant moves of the season, redefining our offense and possibly our entire playoff outlook. The Seahawks are known for their resilience and knack for making smart moves at the right time, and this could be one of those moments. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, if this trade goes through, it'll be fascinating to see how Pete Carroll and the Seahawks coaching staff integrate Barkley into their offense. His versatility as both a power runner and a capable receiver out of the backfield could open up a lot of new play-calling options. With Geno Smith's leadership and a solid defense that's been improving, adding Barkley could be the final piece that elevates Seattle to a true NFC powerhouse. And let's not forget, Barkley's presence could also serve as a morale booster for the entire team and fan base. We've seen how a motivated, talented running back can lift a locker room, especially when the stakes are high. The Seahawks have a shot at making a deep playoff run, and if they can secure Barkley before the deadline, it could be the move that pushes us over the edge. So, Seahawks fans, as we keep an eye on this developing story, it's clear that the NFC West is about to get even more competitive. The Eagles might be looking to make a splash, but Seattle is ready to respond. Whether it's with Barkley or other strategic moves, one thing is certain: this season is far from over and we're in the thick of it. Keep your eyes peeled, stay loud, and let's hope this potential blockbuster trade becomes a reality. Because when it does, it's going to be a game changer and Seahawks Nation will be celebrating big time. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seattle Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. Let's keep this passion alive and continue riding this incredible season together. Go Hawks!